Hi everyone, Rusty Dog here. Welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator. So in this one we have a project to do and I'm going to try and do it on a budget because I want to make as much money as possible. Now I've bought a car which is normally out of my budget reach. I only had 1.8 million, so it was a bit out of my budget reach in the auction. And I came across one that was in a pretty bad condition, and I don't know, I fell asleep at the auction and I lost it. Wasn't paying attention, but then I managed to pick up another one for about the same money at the auction in equally as bad condition. However, I'm a little bit disappointed with it, and I'll explain when we get out the door. We'll take a look at this project, because this one, if I can afford to build it, is going to produce some nice profits. If you can recognize it, good for you. If you can't, yes, it's a McLaren F1. Now this is a mod car, so unlike DLC where if you complete a DLC car, even if it's in the real world it's worth a lot of money, they don't really sell for a lot of money. For example, I just recently finished a Jaguar XJ220, and those cars are selling for silly money. They're quite rare and they're selling for silly money these days. When I'd finished the car, it was valued at 164,000 credits. So admittedly, it's not dollars, it's not pounds, it's not any other currency, but still, that was ridiculous. But because this is a third-party mod, they tend to go for about the money that they're valued in the real world, or at least closer to what the DLC games, DLC cars do. So this is a disappointment on this one, is that this is the GT version, which GTR version, sorry. Look at the condition of this. This is the GTR version, which is not the preferred version, because the other one I was bidding on that I missed out on for the same money was the LM version, the Le Mans. Yeah. And I don't know whether the Le Mans is the long tail. I know there's a long tail variant in this game as well, but I don't know if it's GTR, Le Mans and long tail variants, or whether the Le Mans version is the long tail. The long tail is the ones, yeah, they're the ones that go for big money. But then so do these. Any McLaren F1 will go for big money. And I'm in this for the profit. This is purely for profit, this one. I've been waiting patiently for a long time to get my hands on one of these. Now I've got 1.2 million budget to work with. If we take a look at the stats of the monies, I bought it for 661. The car is worth 452, so I'm actually losing 200,000 already. That's not going to bother me because I know I'm going to be in profit very, very quickly with this thing. So it's in a bit of a state. As you can see, there's a wheel on the front, there isn't one on the back, and there's one on the back, but there isn't one on the front, so they put little bits of wood underneath. And the engine is, it's not complete, not even close. And I don't know how much of these parts are even going to be salvageable. Very little. The wheels, certainly not. I don't think so. I mean, judging by the condition of this one, I don't think that's coming back to life. I can't believe that there's still a little bit of coolant left. Okay. So the first thing we want to do, before we take it into the garage, it's not going into the garage in this condition, but we're going to give it a wash down. I don't even know what color this is supposed to be. So we're going to put the jet wash on it. Yeah, I know there's no doors and windows, but you know. So let's move it over to the car wash. Just washing the car will increase its value, I think. Certainly welding is going to. Let's see. 209, 356. Washing used to increase the value of the car. Now I'm not so sure whether it still does. Oh, we have a racing livery on it. Or some semblance of one. Okay. No, same amount of profit. But it was never the case before. Is this a white? Is this white? Yeah, it's a white one. White writing. Okay. Well, I don't know whether to stick with McLaren orange, but let's move the car into the garage. So we'll get it on the first car lifter. I like this one because it's closer to this room. I rarely work on this lift unless I've got two cars in. So, I'm going to be looking for some junkyard parts for this as well. I think there's probably going to be a lot of parts that will fit both the GTR and the LM version. I suppose in a way I could look at this and go, well, I don't know what I can salvage yet and what I can't, so maybe I should find out that before I go searching for the junkyards. No. I go, because there's not a lot salvageable on this, I don't think, too much. And you can also get parts for these cars in the barns, but I don't really want to go to a barn yet. There's 13 of them, but I think once you've visited a barn, you can't revisit. So with a junkyard, you can keep on going. Now, this isn't to say that there's going to be any McLaren F1 parts here. There could be. Just because it's an exclusive car, it doesn't mean that there won't be parts here. But I want something that I can salvage. It has to be in a pretty decent condition. So we're going to have a look at all the parts. Whoa. Have a look at all the junk and see if we can find anything. Maybe not a good idea to fix parts you're not going to use. Oh, there is no right-hand door. Interesting. So, okay, just take a look, see if we can find the difference here. If I go into this one, I can choose. They both look the same, don't they? Let's put the LT one on. Nice. I wish it wasn't black because I'd be able to tell more what the hell it looked like. Go to normal mode. Okay, so now let's assemble the other door. I don't know, it kind of looks the same. Is it? This one has a skirt at the bottom. It's got a bit missing here, you see. Now, go to normal mode. Take it off. Assemble. That also has the bit missing. It looks like... Is it wrapping in at the bottom? Bring it up on the lift, see if we can see it any better. No, that black's really bad for picking out details. It's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of black wheel rims. Because it kind of makes it hard to see all the nice details. Okay. And as for the... Well, I don't think we're going to get the... We're not going to get the hood on the car, the bonnet on the car until such time as we've got the other bits on. Now this bumper, I don't know which one this is. You see these bits look different to the ones we saw. This rear bumper is, let's see, rear bumper C. So we've got front and rear bumper C. So this is C. The bodywork on this is C spec. Except for this. Yeah, the bumpers, the door, it's all C. And we have E and B, so we've got different variants. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9 parts here, and they're all different colors. Did you see look, this blue one? They're all completely different colors. So this trunk is green. Don't even let it. You're looking at what a complete car would look like. So, sorry, I'm trying to get this stupid holograph mode off. Yeah, so there's that. Just adding that. Look how much now. What was it, 209,000 we were losing? I've just added a junky old part on there, and we're already up like 60 grand. So, let's see if we can repair any of these parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All repairable. Let's see if I can do it. Here we go. Oh my god, I hate these. Done. Okay, I thought I would catch that one late rather than early. That noise in the background puts me off. Oh, that was a bit early. Trigger happy. What the hell is that on the back? That's a weird thing. We are repairing these, all of them so far. Guess that's everything done, right? Yeah, look at that. All fixed. But now, just out of curiosity, of course, if I go to assemble mode and just put one of the doors on, I don't know, any of them, this one, and then whiz over here and add the trunk, which is now in perfect condition. How much now? Look, I'm in profit. Spent $750,000 just for adding those two parts. So if you think that I was 200,000 under before, I've made nearly $1 million profit just on this. It's worth 1.4 million stood like this. Imagine what this thing's going to be worth when it's all put together. You want to add some more value to it? Let's get the welding tool. I'm going to love this build. Project Big Bucks. Alright, weld it. Fix the body. 39,000 it's going to cost me to weld this car. However, I will make that up in profit. I guarantee it. So all the chassis is now fixed. So, we made the money back. Look at that carbon fiber. Beautiful. This is actual bodywork, isn't it? We could do the whole body in carbon fiber. Or we could paint. Can we paint carbon fiber? Yeah. Try that. But how do we... If this is actually... That's not actual point, surely. It must be. Yeah. No. Not. Carbon fiber goes underneath. I thought it was weird because I thought, well, if I want to paint this, then how do you go back to carbon fiber afterwards? Anyway, let's take a look at the profits now. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm already making more profit. I started with 1.8 million. I'm about to make 2.3 million. If I run out of credit, I can sell this car at any point during this build. However, if I start to run low, what I'll do is I'll start fixing customer cars to make money to buy parts for this one and keep it as an ongoing project. If that's what it comes to. But so far we've kept things on a pretty good budget. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. Ouch! Always. We're going to go in here and we'll go into current car. Okay, I made this warehouse for current car, and what we'll do is we'll just put all of these. I don't know what this is. It's a variant of this, I think. I don't know, but I'm going to want to repaint these colors. These are horrible. So we'll put all of these in the warehouse. We'll put them all away because these are all McLaren parts that are 100% perfect. Okay. Yeah, if I'd put the McLaren hood on as well, if I'd put the hood on here, we would have made even more, I think. I'm not sure if we could have, though. I think you have to have this front car part on first. I keep doing that. Alright, so I think what we should do is strip off the rest of the bodywork and see if we can repair that. Obviously, the glass we can't. And we'll see if we can repair that. This is correct, actually. This is luggage space. But your ECU there, your battery there. That's as accurate as you'll probably get in this game. So yeah, anything that's classed as body, come off the car. So, if we go back here and look at body, 1%. I don't know what else can be on here that's classed as body. Engine cover, perhaps. I don't know if that's actually something that is retrievable, restorable. In terms of body then, there's no headlights. Headlights can float in this game, by the way. Take off everything surrounding the headlights and leave the headlights. The whole engine bay of this car in real life is gold plated, gold plated, like at the back there. That's just strictly for cooling. Right, let's see if we can fix these then. Because just putting these back on the car, along with the parts we bought. Oh, you can fix the lights. I didn't know. If I fail any of these, it hurts the budget. Perfect. But there were some non-repairable parts there. They are these. Because they're red, they're beyond repair. So we can scrap these ourselves and do that by going out the back. I'm not going to do this for every dodgy part or every screwed up part. And we're going to go in here and we'll start salvaging, and then this will add on to our XP. We can hit the blue, we get 5 now. We get 5 up here. We get 3 if we hit the green, and we get 1. Well, I'm going to try for the blue this time. You can't lose. Don't be such a triggery finger. Okay, so we got a little bit of extra. I don't know what to spend this on. I don't know what it's for. Upgrade part with scraps. Upgrade part. Oh, maybe that's what you... There, yeah, that's how you use up the blue number. Upgrade the part with scraps. Okay, I have done that before. I think it just gives you a better quality part. Whether it adds to the value of the vehicle or not, I actually don't know. So what do we have? We've got a left tail light and a car part 3. Let's take that to the warehouse then. I'm not concentrating on the body as yet. So we've already got the current car warehouse selected, so we can just pop those in there. I haven't even decided whether those are the rear lights I'm going to be going with. We will see. Not really going to matter. So, body-wise, the car is now gone. There's nothing left on it. Let's take the battery out. And do that? Yeah. And we'll stick that on charge. That will charge up. Watch. Oh, you don't see it. All the labels have come back. That's charged now. But we'll leave it on there. Alright, I guess we just start stripping this thing down now. How is the profits? Oh, okay, of course it is, because I welded the car. That's why it's going to stay up there now. Yeah, so I can't lose money now. Just welding the car, I can't lose money. Look at that dash. This is... Yeah, it's all carbon fiber. This is the proper... Well, this is one of the proper race versions. The long tail ones are just... the value on them. And these discs, they're just normal ventilated. We're going to be changing these for some carbon brakes. So, yeah, I'll get this stripped down. Okay, so all of the mechanicals are off the car, basically down to their shell, I would say. I don't think there's any interior. Oh, so, oh Christ. It's, every time I'm pressing escape to try and get back to that mode. It's a habit. So yeah, so everything's stripped off the car as far as I know. There's nothing else on it, and the engine is out. Now, I have seen, even though the video was speeded up, that I spilt some fluids on the floor because I didn't empty all of the reservoirs. Not really concerned with that. Okay, so I'm just going to get the interior detailing then, and we're just going to detail this. See this all patchy up, so we'll fix that. A steam clean. Okay, let's put that back. Well, that's all. And get in some. Think that the doors are closed. All that lovely carbon fiber. So that is a bare McLaren F1 GTR. And in here Well, fuses and relays can't be reused. Most of these, like the red ones, are all screwed anyway. Brake pads you cannot restore. There's not much here worth salvaging, to be honest. But what we'll do is we'll separate the suspension. There's no point in a way because there's none of these three suspension parts can be salvaged. But if we're going to go and earn some blue XP points, then we want these separated. Same as with the wheels. I think I'm going to go with some different rims though. I'm not a big fan of these rims. They're a bit too bland. We'll maybe go something a little bit more blingy, not too much. So I'll try and fix what I can fix, but I don't think there's going to be too much. We have 5 pages here, and there is 21 items to a page. So you've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. So whatever, 7 times 13 is 91, 92, 93, so 94 parts. We're not going to be picking up that. 3. Okay. Let's see how many we can get. Oh, that one we failed on. Sometimes if the condition is pretty good, like if it's a 38, fail, it may go down to a 17 and it might still be recoverable. It's not going to make too much of a difference at this point. I'm starting to wonder if in the sound settings of this game where you can change the volume of the ambient, whether that includes... Oh, you see, you can't. Yes or no? Off. Oh, see, that is ambient sound. That's ambient sound. So why is it still there? It's there to annoy me. I can turn off my volume, but it won't help you. Oh, I knew I was going to fail on that one. I like it when there's 2 greens at the end. They're a lot easier to get. See? Do with this starter. I've got 2 normal starters in the warehouse that I bought accidentally because I should have got the V8 versions. Okay. How many parts do we have? 12. 12 parts out of 91? Was it? 81, 91, whatever. 91. So, what we need to do is, I'm going to sort them in. The condition up. So everything that is red and orange will now be put into the shopping list. I just want to make sure that my shopping list is empty first. It is not. This is from the previous car that I did. Okay, that's important, clearing your current shopping list. Alright, so on through these. You see how they've got stars above them? Well, those are the quality ratings you get when you upgrade the quality of them through the scraps. You can take any of these parts and using your amount of blue credit, you can upgrade the quality on the parts. I don't know for what. It just means that your putting better quality parts on. Whether you get more profit for that, I don't know. And if you do, I think it's so minimal. You probably think, why am I even bothering? Now all this is going to do is replace the parts we took off the car. And as we know, they weren't complete. We didn't have a complete list there. So now with these, I can go and salvage these back in that container, or I could just sell them. In this case, I'm just going to sell them. So anything that's not 100%, bye-bye. Okay. Now we have to go shopping. I want to get rid of all the mechanical parts in my inventory before we even tackle that engine. By the way, what is this engine? Got 6 on that side and 6 on that. Yeah, which is what it should be. In fact, it should tell us here. Still in profit, by the way. I think it's gone up now since we took all the crap off the car. Okay, it's a V12 double overhead cam MRN. So yeah, V12 is correct. That's what it will look like complete. It's not really like the original car. It doesn't really look like that so much, but with the plastic engine cover that makes it look like that. Okay. So, as I said, I don't plan on tuning any parts. So let's go. So we've got 12 rubber bushings. So we'll get that. I'm sure I had a quick way of this before. It's been a while since I played it, so now I'm doing it like this. I'm buying the part, cancelling it out. There's going to be parts missing because there was parts missing in the first place. But we'll come to those as and when. Alright, so I'm going to get through this and then be back. Okay, I have bought all the parts I think I need. At least all the ones we took off the car. And any time I saw something weird, like only one rear drive axle, I bought the second one. When he asked me for one spring and one cap, I bought a second one because I clearly only took one off the car. I may or may not have everything. I don't think I do by any means, but at least we can make a start and then see where we are. Excuse me. Trying to grab hold there. Mount. This is what I want. Let's get the ECU in first. Oh, I've got to access it from the engine bay. That's a lie. What that means is bring the car down on the list. Right. So we don't have the engine. We do have the air filter. Accessible from the engine bay, of course it is. Why wouldn't it? So let's start on the rear. Yay! We're nearly there. Click, we can put ourselves back round. We'll start building up this rear corner. Yep, no leaf spring suspension on this one. Oh yes, I have to compress all the suspension. I do have a pretty good habit of getting that. That then. Yeah, my face. Once you come off the car, it makes you face in a strange direction. Just some random. I could paint the springs. Grab the battery while we're at it. So we'll get the front and rear suspension. Alright, I think that's everything. Yep. Count. Right, the only thing I didn't buy are the brake discs. We are going to go with carbon. Didn't buy those. I didn't replace the rims or the tires. Not going to do any of that yet. So as soon as this gets to the point where it wants the brake disc, which will be in a couple of parts time, actually now, right, start this other side and we'll make this go to the same place as that one, and then get the brakes bought. Okay, so we have the suspension and whatnot put on each corner now. Wheel hubs, one in the bearings, also on the front. So now we're going to go and buy some brake discs. Go into the tuning shop, type in brake DI, that'll be enough. So now we've got all of the carbon ceramic, which I would say would be the best ones to car. Yes, they're the most expensive, but this car is talking around 200 miles an hour. 231, I think, was top speed back in the 1980s. So let's go with 4 carbon ceramic disc brakes. What's funny though is that we're using standard brake pads. Yeah, because they go together. Have to buy new pads every week. Same size pads, same size calipers, regardless of how fast the car is. But still, limitations, right? Limitations. Get over. Pads on. These will stop the car faster. The problem with carbon brakes is when they're cold, they don't work very well, and so. But when they're hot, or when they're hot, they have got some really good stopping power. And this is the dilemma: when they're cold, they don't work. So you have to brake to warm them up. But you're braking and it's not working. I guess you just have to brake in areas where you don't need to brake, right? To get the brakes warmed up. And then when you come to a place on the road or on the track where you do need to brake, good to know that they'll be there. And carbon, I believe, dissipates heat. Better be on those brakes a lot. Be okay for poodling around town. Okay, so obviously there's the drive shafts to go in yet, but we can't put those in until the engine goes, and we're nowhere near that. So the front is offering us the wheels because they're ready to go on. The back is not, because the drive shafts need to go in first. So that's why we're not being offered to put the wheels on. Not that I have any wheels to put on, I actually don't. So let's see what else we've got. We've got the ECU and the battery. So let's do that. As for the fuel tank, I think we can do that from here, right? Yeah, we can. So we got fuel tank C. I don't think I bought a fuel pump though. I think I did. Oh, I did. So it's like I could have bought performance parts, but I haven't. Just on the brakes. Let's bring the car down. no front end. This is how it would be in real life, I think. Just strip the front end down to like this. I think, I mean, most of these cars of this genre are like this. Okay, we need to be around the side. Gonna click on it up there. Mount mode. Skid out. Air filter. Oh well. Again, cheap air filter. Stick the battery on. We'll pretend the cables aren't connected. And I think I bought all the relays and fuses that I needed. So I don't know, maybe I'll have one left over. Buying. I'll just stick it in the warehouse if I do, because they always come in handy, especially on the modern cars. But even the older cars, they put fuse boxes in them as well now. I just did have an old Mazda RX-3. Oops, that was. Ah, okay, so I've got two Type C's, and I should have got a Type A. Type A. So, fuse A. Not quite sure how I messed that up, considering I put everything into the shopping list. Kind of hard to get that wrong, but I'll find a way. Okay, what's left in my list? So that one can go in the warehouse. The gearbox doesn't go on until the engine goes back in. Brake servo reservoir we can put in now. The rear drive axles can't go in because we need an engine. Same for the starter. So this goes to the warehouse. Fit in front along with the reservoir. Right now. So no, I'm in the wrong mode. I was wondering, I thought, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. So brake servo. Don't forget to fill up this time. And the radio. They're just going to be floating out there. Off to the warehouse. But we're not going to put this, we're going to put this, yeah, we are going to put one. Because the fuses are generic to any car. They're not McLaren specific. So, as for these, what we'll do is we'll switch to the current car. We'll put these in warehouse. This is just to clear my inventory, so I'm carrying nothing. Okay, if we look in the inventory, I don't have any items. So now when we strip down the engine, we can start fresh inventory. Yeah, so this is from the roof. Just to cool the engine. Air comes in via a scoop there. Big drain pipes just come in. This is an incredible car. Considering Gordon Murray built this in the 1980s, this thing is technologically incredible. And even by today's standards, this thing is an absolute beast of a car. And it has the central driving position, which is ideal. You know, you look at Formula One, yes, it only has one seat, but it is a centrally based position. The good thing about this is you're neither one side nor the other, so is that an advantage? In terms of, well, if I'm in Britain and I drive on the left and then I go to Europe where they drive on the right, it's going to be the same for you. But is it good? Or, because obviously if you've got the steering wheel on the wrong side for the country you're in, it's harder for you to make any overtakes safely. You've got to pull back even more, right? So does this make it a disadvantage no matter what side of the road you're on? Or does the fact that you're in the middle actually help for both sides? If anyone out there has a McLaren F1, they don't mind lending me it for a drive so I can find out. Yeah, feel free to leave a comment. Most optimistic request ever. Oh, coolant reservoir. Did I not take that out? That was that 1% from before then. I don't believe this is fixable anymore. I don't think these are fixable. No, it's plastic. Of course it is. Oh, let's get another one. Oh, wait a minute. Coolant reservoir C. That would be, yeah. So, coolant reservoir C. No point even trying to fix this one because it can't be done. Pretty sure of that. The one that I might be missing. I'm in the engine bay, you look. Put it on already? Power steering? Wow, where's that thing? This will be the fuel filter. And we have the engine. We've got windshield. We've got brakes. We've got windshield. Got the coolant at the rear. What's missing is power steering. I'm not going to worry about that too much because this is a third-party mod car, but it does have the other reservoirs there. Kind of strange, and there's no outline for the power steering either. Okay. So this, I'm just going to sell it. Got 10 credits going. Right, should we take a look at how much profit we're in right now? So this is just a car that should have... The only thing that should be on this car right now is any part that is 100%. There'd be no crap on this car now. Have a look here. Let's see. Oh. Wait a minute. Front right headlight B and front bumper C? What? Where? Where are these things? What mode? This is... What on earth are you... Okay, the way we have a look at this then is we're going to... Oh, we can't. Look, there's no star. Normally you would just put a star on there like that, and then when you go into, maybe not assemble mode, can't get it. There we go. When you go into part mount mode, it highlights the part so you can see where it is. What's weird on this one is that they don't have stars against them. None of these. But it's telling me that I've got two parts on the car, front bumper and a right headlight. Well, I beg to differ, because I don't think I do. Go into Community Car Body Shop and it says left headlight. But it did say front head. Yeah. Can we filter it? No, these are all very visible items. The Mans and GTR version got the standard F1, I would imagine. I have no clue what the LT. Oh, no. Normally LT on a car would mean light. Weight wise. I don't know. This is kind of bizarre. Because it means that once the car's complete, it's not going to be 100%. This body 1%, I think, is those two. Frame is good, everything's good there. Interior we haven't touched. Parts is engine and stuff. That's engine and mechanics. That we still have to finish. This 1% relates to this. These two together is 1% of everything you see. This is ridiculous. Front bumper C. Well, unless I'm very much mistaken. There's no front bumper on this. Front bumper C, there we go. I'm tempted to just buy one, unless we have one, and just fit it. It's gotta be a bug. C is the only one we can buy for the GTR. The Le Mans one is different, and the F1, standard F1. Well, so the clamshell that we bought before did have the F1 on it. It's not going to fit our car. Clamshell. We're going to need B. I've bought the wrong one, but we paid peanuts for it, really. If we ever get another plough end that matches that part, well, fine, we'll. Yeah, that's a bit of a strange one. Okay, never mind. I've done all I can do on this car at the moment until we put the engine back in, and then try and figure out. Maybe the power steering thing will pop up once the engine. Maybe it won't. In fact, thinking about that, we can look on here. Again, this isn't. Oh, it is in order. Okay. You have a power steering? Got a power steering pump, but not a reservoir. That's fine then. See, these are not in any particular. Never mind. Alright, I'm going to get on with the engine, and I will see you then. Okay guys, so a new day for me, and I took a look at my recording so far. The volume of my voice is pretty low, and it seems that the audio ducking is cutting out my voice. When it falls below a certain threshold, I guess this is just me getting used to new settings. I've tried to ramp up the volume of the microphone a little bit, so hopefully my volume will stay higher than the threshold, so it won't keep cutting out. Right now it's just undergoing a lot of testing as I get used to putting in all my settings again from scratch. Yeah, so it looks like in terms of the car, the mechanics, as much as we can fit on the car right now, is done. The interior needs sorting out, although I think we did do a refresh on that. We did validate the interior. So now we have to look at engine. This is the big thing, and I believe I should have an empty inventory, and I do. So what we're going to do is we'll just strip this engine down, and then we'll take a look, see if there's anything repairable. I can imagine very few parts. But we'll repair what we can, and then we'll just rebuild the whole thing bit by bit by bit by bit by bit by bit by bit until we get a viable engine. Then we'll pop that back in the car, we'll fit the rest of the mechanical parts on, then we'll start putting on body parts, and then we can take a look at different wheels and also decide on a paint job. I've got a couple of ideas in mind. One of them being maybe just a standard silver, the type that you would see on a Jaguar XJ220. If you Google Jaguar XJ220, you'll find the majority of them do come in a silver. So that kind of thing. But if not, I could go with the McLaren orange, maybe even considering a red, or even, I don't want to go wild on it really. I want something that is, you know, I don't want to go with like a super metallic pearlescent purple or something like that. Maybe even a yellow on an outside chance, because high performance supercars can get away with being yellow. Ferraris, Lambos, McLarens, they can be painted yellow and get away with it. But your average road car, like a Toyota Corolla in yellow, it doesn't it doesn't work as well. Small Fords, you know, just small cars painted in yellow, they just don't get away with it like a supercar does. It's a strange phenomena, but it's just something I've noticed. Okay, so let's tear the engine down. Okay, wow, that took a while. V12. Just stripping half of it down like that even took its toll. Let's take a look at what we have. Oranges can maybe be saved, some of them, depends. These ones can't, piston rings can't. It's not looking good for a lot of things here. So how much can we repair? Well, only 2 lines. And as you can see, we only get 7 in a line, so maximum 14 items. It's actually even less than that. It's 13 items out of all that is what we can repair. And engine heads, that's going to save us a bit of money. And crankshaft would be nice to fix. Although, I don't know. I said I was going to keep it stock, but oops, that was silly. Had plenty of chance there. Yeah, I mean, we didn't come off too well on this one. For the sake of, you know, 13 items, we might as well just build the engine from scratch. How many items did I say? Oh, I failed on both heads. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Forget it. Can't believe I failed on the 2 most expensive parts. This is me just simply not paying attention. Unbelievable that I failed on the heads. Anyway, that's because I was talking about performance parts. Right. Now, I don't want to get into performance tuning, really. Not really. So we're looking at because look at how much the gearbox gives you. It only gives you 1%, but the beauty of these custom gearboxes isn't in the fact that you only get 1% power increase. That's not the issue. Gearbox isn't there to give you extra power. It's so you can mess around with the custom ratios. That's what it's for. You can change the ratios and extract a lot more speed out the car. That's why it's there. Now, stock, this car brings 627 horsepower and 637 Newton meters. We could change just a few things and increase that by a little, you know, change the coils, spark plugs for performance parts. We could upgrade the clutch. But the more I do, the more I'm going to then require the gearbox. And I believe I already have a gearbox anyway. So I don't really want to waste that. Yeah, we already have the gearbox, you see. So rather than blow 2,000 on that, yeah, I think we will just keep it stock. I will change a few parts. I will do spark plugs and coils and things like that, but that's going to be about it. Just little auxiliary parts, but internal combustion engine parts, I think we'll just keep those as they are. So we have an issue, and that is that I blew lots of stuff here. This is so bad. So all this, replacing this, just allows me to build the engine back up to where it was, half done. So we'll at least get that done first, and then we can do the rest. So I'm going to add all of this to the shopping list, and I'm going to go shopping. And I'll be back once I bought all these parts. Guys, you know when you go shopping, and you go maybe just for one item, 2 items you want to pick up at the shop, milk, maybe bread, and you walk out with a basket full or a couple of carrier bags full of shopping because you just got pulled in. Well, that kind of just happened to me a little bit in the engine tuning shop. Despite everything I said, I just went and did what I said I was going to do. I bought some performance spark plugs and coils. And then by accident I clicked on the buy 12 pistons. And then I got the camshafts and other things, and power steering pumps and exhaust manifolds. You know, I accidentally just clicked on all of those. Now, I didn't go totally crazy. I didn't get performance engine heads. I didn't get a performance crankshaft, which I think they have. So I didn't get everything performance, but I got, well, maybe enough throttle bodies, things and stuff. So I got the spark plugs, got the throttle bodies. I've been naughty. Camshafts. I could have got cam gear, I think, as well. I think so. Clutch. Yeah, both clutch parts. Exhaust manifolds. Another clutch part there. Fuel filter. Fuel rail. Yeah. Power steering pump. That's it. I think I could have got a couple of more other parts, but you know, these things happen. Anyway, let's start building the engine up. Oh man, put the crankshaft in. I could have got a performance one. Just remember, I could have. Right, 12 of these going in then. Let's zoom in a little. So yeah, 12 of these babies. 20 caps go on this engine. Yeah, we'll see. Right, anyway, rod caps and all that stuff. The exhaust manifolds are the thing. They give us like 4%. These are 1% each, so there's 12 of those. So 1.1% times 12 is like 14, is it? 14 something or 13 something? Probably 13 something. No, it'll be 14. No, it's 1.13 times 12 is like 14 something, isn't it? I would say. Yeah, what is it that I have 20 of? Oh, is it the camshaft caps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 camshaft caps. The camshafts are up on the top of the engine, so we won't get to those quite yet. Let's tie the crankshaft down then before we do the pistons. I think I missed one there. So yeah, I want to build this one up in real time because I want you guys to see the custom parts going on. And again, I could paint some of these engine parts at the top, but I'm not going to do that because this is one of those cars where once it's all screwed together, you can't really look in and appreciate it. Same with the Jag XJ220. It's a low car, but the camera in this game doesn't allow me to peer into the engine bay from outside and appreciate all the niceties. You have to basically click on the engine and be able to view it that way. So you're essentially diving inside the car, or looking through it, shall we say, in order to see it. So I'm just going to leave all the parts unpainted. At least that's my decision up to this point. I don't trust myself with decisions now. And I think we just have these final two. Okay, now the oil pan can go on, or the sump as we call it. And now finally I can put the engine back the right way. Ooh, that sounds like it needs some grease in there. Okay. See, now these engine heads, as I said, I could have got performance ones, but I didn't. So I was a little bit conservative. Not much, but a little. The tool I just used to get those in, I call it Michael. Yeah. Michael Bolt On. I just thought of that. I'm sorry. Michael Bolt On. See, there's a bolt, and we're just going to put it on. Michael Bolt On. No. Seriously, guys, don't go renaming your ratchet Michael. So, let's get the cams in and do the top of the engine. Get all that done. And then we can concentrate on the outsides, the manifolds and whatnot. So again, cam gear. I think you can buy performance cam gear, and you may be thinking, well, how can a cam gear give you extra performance? Well, it doesn't really. I think they're just made of lighter materials, less weight. That's pretty much it, I think. I believe so anyway. Could be wrong. Comment down below. There are 6 plugs on this side, which also giving me like 0.13, so 12 of these is going to give me, yeah, it's not a lot, it's like 1.2 extra percent power. It's not a great deal. Right, so we've got 10 caps on this side then, 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom on this bank, and on the other bank it'll be the same. Got some flashy graphics going on there. I think in places on this garage the anti-aliasing looks a little bit off, and I've turned bloom off because when you're looking at it and the light coming through the skylight on the roof, I think sometimes there's a little too much bloom, and I find it distracting, especially when you're trying to fit engine parts. You can see the brightness on the engine already, so if you add bloom to that, it just becomes, it's more of a distraction than anything else. Sorry, I'm thinking in a different world here, guys. Right. Just get this on, and we'll have the top of the engine sorted. Oh, laborious task. See, these covers you can paint. I could do it in like a gold color, although it doesn't come out very well, really. There is one that looks kind of okay, but it looks nothing like, say, for example, the gold leaf you would get. Can't really reproduce that. Although I don't know, though, on a metal part, maybe we could. Yeah, maybe. I was about to say manifold. How are we supposed to go? Oh, okay, you can still see the coils. I was just about to ask how the hell do you get the coils on if you put the manifold on, but yeah, you can. They go through. Nice design. There's no electric cables coming off these coils. We just have to pretend, just like we do with the battery. Let's add this on now, because look at this performance one. It's nothing more, or nothing less, I should say, than what this car deserves. Performance fuel rail. Check this out. Woohoo, mama. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's lovely. What's this? I bought this new. I don't like this. It's just the light reacting on it. It's fine. Uh-oh. Which one did I miss? Or did I buy too many? That one. I knew I'd missed one. Wow. It's not over yet. These throttles are also performance. Oh, did I go too far, guys? I think I did. I mean, once I give it a road test, I have a funny feeling that the standard gearbox isn't gonna take this. It's gonna run out of revs, and the top gear is just gonna be going when we're doing over 200 miles an hour. It'll run out of steam, and we're gonna have to fit a gearbox with different ratios. Look, this performance clutch. Take a bit more of a beating though as well. Yeah, can't let the side down, can't have crappy manifolds now on this thing. Oh, we did get the oil filter. I'm not sure if this is a complete engine that we're going to build here. When we had it on the stand here, all rusty, I don't know, it didn't look complete to me. It looked like there was other bits. I think maybe what it is that it was a complete engine, but the plastic engine cover, the fake engine cover, is what makes it look like a McLaren. Because this engine doesn't look like a McLaren engine at all, but the fake engine cover makes it look like that. So I think this could be a complete engine that we're building, and that there weren't, you know, parts missing off the top. I wonder if there were any parts missing, or if it was a complete block that was just pretty much no good. We only salvaged 13 parts off the entire engine, and even then I messed up 2 of those. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think the crankshaft pulley as well. You can get performance. I might be wrong on that one. Can't remember. I know there are pulleys that you can get, or at least the cam gears for sure. Maybe not the pulleys, but the cam gear. Water pump pulleys. I do have those. And this one. And the thermostat, which I think is the next part going on. Yep. I don't think that's... You can get that in the tuning shop. Serpentine belts. When you're putting serpentine belts on, it's always good news, because it always means you're nearing the end of the build. Even on a real engine, you just got at the front, you know. Oh, that's it! Holy crumbs, that is it. That's the engine. Look at this thing. Oh, good heavens. This is beast mode. That is it. What about my inventory? Oh my god, it's empty. It's ready to go in. Well, let's not waste any time, guys. Let's take the engine from the stand, and let's... Ooh, wrong place. Let's slap it into the back of this thing. Look at this. The value of the car right now is around 1.7 million. Adding this with performance parts, buddy, I don't even want to think. I mean, should I even look at the cost? I don't want to. I want to see how much it is at the end, but oh, come on, let's have a look. 2.8 million. It's going to go up further though, because the car hasn't got a body. There's more mechanics to fit on, mechanical parts to fit on. I wonder if those headlight parts will still be bad on the car afterwards. Headlight and front bumper, wasn't it? Yeah. Alright, let's go into here now. I'm going to go to current car, because we want to now take the starter. We can just take everything really. Let's just grab everything. We're ready to do this. Some of these parts are not going to fit on this car that I've just picked up, but regardless, at least I have them in my hand so I can get rid of them if I need to. All right, so sorry, wrong thing. Right, so the gearbox we may have to take off later if it can't handle the thing, but if it can't handle the engine, buying another gearbox, I don't think it's going to give me that much in terms of profit, if anything. See, now it's accepting the wheels. Did we fit the battery in? I can't remember. No exhaust because the rest is all done by a plastic cheatery. Didn't even get a performance fuel pump. Cheated. I've got a performance fuel filter and fuel rails and stuff, but it's being let down by the fuel pump. Oh yeah, we did put the battery in. It goes in on the side, doesn't it? So is that it? Is that all the mechanics that are required? Really? Yeah, it is. Apart from the wheels, it seems that we are mechanically sound. Okay, next thing I want to take a look at very quickly then is the interior. And we need a seat and a wheel. And it looks like they are not specially named, but if we go here and choose Community Car Body Shop, this isn't going to include seats and stuff. So I don't even know why I'm going there. I need a seat that looks like the one that they had here. This kind of racy, thin-backed one with the bolsters. And the steering wheel... A McLaren steering wheel. I don't know. I'll have to put one on that I think might be fitting. Front seat, does that work? No. Okay. So seat. Now then. You can't have any with these big, thick bases. That is not a McLaren seat. So there must be some that are without, surely. Yeah. So that F-type seat looks the business. So does this one, Nissan GTO. Even something like this would work. There's no specific seat for the McLaren. If I put this red seat in, does that persuade me then to paint the car red? Let's see if this will work. I don't even know if this seat will actually go in. Yep. Oh, I keep pressing that escape key to get out of this mode. Just step away from the car, sir. Okay, let's go with a steering wheel now. Oh boy, something befitting of a McLaren F1 supercar. Yee, baby. Can't remember what the original looks like. I think it has a middle round cap or something. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, so the actual wheel in real life is Alcantara, and it has a center boss, or a cap at least, that says GTR, and it has 6 nuts in the middle. Do we have any wheels here that have got middle nuts? This isn't too far from it, to be honest, but where's that one that I said? Yeah, no, not really. There's no wheel here with those center nuts. Well, they're not nuts. They just look like more Allen key kind of things. This one wouldn't look so bad. Sylvia. That's not a Nissan logo, though, is it? That's not going to say Nissan on it. Surely that would really spoil things. End of the day, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It doesn't have any buttons on. The McLaren F1 just doesn't have that stuff at all. It's not a luxury car, so to speak. Well, it is, but it's not like one of these, you know, Mercedes-Benz Maybach or something like that. Okay, which one am I going to even go with? I wish we had a little bit more choice, if I'm honest. Steering wheel 5, this one, or this one? No. Yes, so I think that Sylvia one might be the way to go. This one, it's the closest I can find. Oh, done it again. Okay. Now, in terms of the body, what are we going to even do with this? This we know we can't do anything with. Now, this says McLaren F1 trunk, but it does fit onto our car. We know this. I'm considering just selling all of these and then just buying all new to avoid the confusion, because I don't know if I want that hood. I don't know if I want this particular door type. I don't think... Oh, that will fit, actually. It's GTR. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, what to do? Yeah, I'm going to sell them all. Wow, look at the price. Nice. $55,000 we got for those. How much are these body parts? Okay, so we're going to start from scratch. After all that searching in the junkyard, yes, I know. But hey, you know, I just made 55 grand. I know. I just... Yeah. It's still worth doing, though. Don't get me wrong. Definitely still worth doing. So here we've got all these car part ones, and we know we have to pick one. And we can pick this one or this one. But if I pick LT only, does that mean I'm restricted to only picking up LT parts? Like this doesn't mix with this. You have to go this. So what are the LTs when we're looking at other body parts? See, here you can see there's a difference there. This is what a McLaren rear end looks like. This one looks like it would put on a completely different body on this car. If you stuck with LT, clearly the car's going to look different than what it really would look like, what a McLaren F1 really looks like. But to what extent, though? Where's the hoods? Don't have an LT hood? No. I don't like D. Don't like D at all. So we can stick with GTR. And let's avoid LT because I don't know what I'm getting into with it. There's your scoop. There's your McLaren scoop. This one, I mean, I don't know. This one will fit GTR and LTs. What the hell is LT? And what does an LT car look like? The only way to find out would be to build it. Like, there's your normal door. And there's your LT door. But apart from this bottom trim, they look the same. I think it is down to that trim. Like, there's your standard McLaren bonnet. Then we have this guy. This is a luggage compartment in the middle there. Should we go for the LT? Shall we? I don't know. I guess so. I don't know if we can fit them though. Does it make the car LT, or do we actually need to buy a McLaren F1 LT version in order to fit these parts? The only way to these parts are not cheap. Holy crumbs. The only way to find out is to buy a cheap LT only part and see if it fits. See, this says LT only, but it is GTR, so clearly LT and GTR on a GTR car do go together. They do go together. So if we go LT GTR on all of these parts, like this says LT only. Here we only have Le Mans and GTR versions on Car Part 2. So if I buy LT only on Car Part 2C, let's see if this is ready to accept Car Part 2. Oh God, now where would it even be? It would be... How would you even get to it? Like, it's underneath the car, right? I mean, if it's exhaust stuff. Car Part 2, it was there. There it is. Okay, so if we go and just buy Car Part 2 LT only, I know it's going to cost me 6,300 to find out, but hey. Now, oh, point at the right thing. Okay, let's see if we can fit it. Yeah, we can. Holy crap. Oh, LT! Of course! Long tail. How stupid for me. Alright, how many times have you guys been screaming this out to me? Long tail. Yeah, the longer version of this car, which is the one I ideally wanted because that's the one with the biggest money. I'm going to save that part in my warehouse because the moment after selling this car, I'll be able to afford a long tail, even if it is going to be a crappy one, and you know, fix that one up, and then I'll make even more money. LT long tail. Oh God, how silly was I not to have realized that? So yeah, on here where it fits GTR, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. Why does that have, if it's LT only, why does that have GTR written on it? Can you have a GTR long tail? Okay, we're going to have to play it safe. So we'll buy that one. And we'll buy this one. We'll have to play it safe, guys. Stick to the GTR. Forget the LTs. The scoop's not going to matter, surely. But just in case. Right, engine cover. That one. Then this one, front bumper. See, this is the original front bumper. It's so recognizable. But the GTR one is the one we want because this is the car we have. And then we've got front clamshell, which we want for the GTR. This one. I don't see why these wouldn't fit, to be honest. I think because it has GTR, I don't know. Is there a GTR and a long tail GTR? Because if so, that's a lot of different variants that we have here. So front left door, LM and GTR. We'll take that one. Front left door window, LM and GTR. We have to remember that we have to stay consistent here. Okay. Now hood. There's a couple of GTR options here. As I said, I don't particularly like this one with the scoops. So I'm going to stick with this one. And then we've got left window. Stick with LM GTR on that one. Headlights, we're going to go with LM GTR. Side mirror will be standard. And again, we've got two types of lights. I like the one that we had before, which I sold, 95 credits, not a big deal. So we can choose from a different, I can even have this proper GTR rear end or these type, but these are LT only, you see, because it's like long tail, so it's a lot wider. So I would have gone with this one anyway, because this is the one that I like. It's the standard one. So here we've got these different rear ends, but then we have to use a specific trunk. So this is the rear clam shell. I want to go with this one. Rear clamshell G. And we have to use trunk B. Trunk B. Wow, look at these ones. This is for GTR. I hope the one we've got fits. Should we find out? So we're currently at rear clamshell G. Yeah, it does. Is it correct? Those shadows are there because that's the last one I fitted. This doesn't mean it's correct though. Depends on the rear bumper. It looks like it's going to be okay. It is. Okay, so we just have to use trunk. We just have to use trunk B. Let's get trunk B right now. And now we go back up to clamshell. Okay. Let's remember that we got trunk B. Let's not forget that. Right, so rear left door GTR. Rear left fender. Would have to be this one. Rear right door. Right fender. This one. This one. This one. And this one. Trunk we have. Trunk window we need. Tinted. No, not tinted. We want to see the engine. That's what it's there for. We want to be able to see it. And this will fit GTR and Longtail. I think that's what that is. Windshield. Look at this, double mirrors. Let's go with standard. And that's it. Now, do all the body parts fit that we bought? Well, let's fit car part 1 on. Yeah, baby. Mucho carbon fiber. Let's get this on, please. Let's make it look like a McLaren. Thank you. What is this? The hell is this thing? Oh, it's just the front bumper. Why is he not giving me the option to fit it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have issues, guys. And this is because it still thinks the other one is on here. This is a bug. It won't let us fit these because it thinks the old one is still on the car. That's it, right? We just did it. We just got rid of the ghosty ones. Did we? I think we did. Yes! We got rid of it. Okay. Let's have a look in our inventory. Yeah, look. They weren't even visible though. Wowzers. Okay. Now we can go. Yes, baby. Now it's looking like a McLaren. Let's get this back end on. Oh, we need to buy... Don't we need to buy this car part too, or did we? We did. There you go. Looks a little bit better now, doesn't it? Look at the end. Look at this thing. I was going to say, I don't think it's the McLaren F1 has 4 exhausts at the back, but it's the GTR version, so I suspect that probably it does. What a car this is, guys. When it came out in the 80s, can you imagine the effect that this thing had on the motor industry? The car's competitor was the, well, one of the car's competitors was the the Ferrari F40. But this was a faster car. This could hit 231 miles per hour. And the Ferrari could do 201, I believe. The F40. Both cars looked amazing. The Ferrari F40 just looks amazing. But then there's also a Le Mans version of the Ferrari F40, which is extremely rare. Extremely rare. Front left. Wait a minute, what? McLaren F1 front left door window. Okay. Do that one. Ah, here. Yeah, they're extremely rare. There's probably, is it like 5 or 8 in the world or something? I don't know. And now we have to fit the engine cover. So we step away. So can we open the trunk? No. So we need to fit that cover on. Here. And now it makes it look like a McLaren F1. If we were to step inside, normal mode, yep. Can we see it from here? No, it's hidden. No good. Let's take the rear clamshell off. See the trunk? Yeah, so there's the engine cover, see? These carbon fiber pipes. So they're bringing air in via the scoop and down these tubes and cooling off the engine. Look at this thing. And yeah, gold-plated engine interior. I think it's on the standard car, the whole engine bay is gold plate. Really quite something. Go and Google how much these were brand new back in the day. And then Google how much they are now. And no, I'm not going to keep it black. So, next thing then. You guys are wondering, how much is the car worth now we've put the engine in? I am wondering it too, but I'm going to not find out until later on. I'm hoping, I don't know, is it going to be 3 million or is it going to be more? I have a feeling that they are more by quite a bit, because I have seen McLaren F1s selling for 3 million from the auctions when they need fixing up, and even ones that are rusty and crappy. Having said that, though, they could be the long tail versions. I think the long tail is probably the most expensive. So you've got the standard, then you've got I think the GTR, this one would be the second most expensive, then the Le Mans would be the next expensive, and then the long tail would be the most expensive. However, if there is a GTR long tail, well, I don't even know if that's a variant on this. I'd have to have a look at the mod and see if they tell us what the variants are. But look, the car weighs a ton, 1 ton. And this should be 0 now. Should be zeroed. The car weighs a ton, and it's carbon fiber, and it has a V12 engine with so much power. It's no wonder and it's aerodynamically lovely. It looks really nice for aero, and it's no wonder this thing can just sail into 230 miles an hour from a 1980s car. Let's get some rims on this, guys, and this car. There's no angle that you can look at this car and go, doesn't look too good from there. Every angle of this incredible car just looks amazing. I've been wanting one for so long, and I've never had the funds to be able to buy one. I've only got 1 million left, which sounds like a lot, but if I'd bought one of these in slightly better condition, it would have taken all my money. In fact, I would have been owing the bank. I was so lucky to get one in the condition that we had it for 600,000. I mean, it's not even funny. Yeah. So don't forget, we need to do the fluids in the car as well. But let's go and get some wheels for this thing. And then we'll put the standard tires on. I'm not going to mess around with tire sizes. The ones that this car brings are just fine with me. Look at this Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta. Again, just back in the day, they knew how to make beautiful cars. Hand-built, sculpted, beautiful automotive porn. Go and check out the Ferrari 250 GTO from 1963. Go to Google Images, check that out, and look for the red one that has the number on the side. Look at that image. It's one of the best looking cars on planet Earth. There's nothing to touch it. This is the shorter wheelbase version, but the long wheelbase GTO, holy Christ, or longer wheelbase, longer than this one. That is SWB, short wheelbase. What a car. Probably, I would say, the sexiest looking car ever built, I would say. The 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO, or 62. Find me a car that looks better than that. You'd probably have to pick this one. Or, an Aston Martin DB5. Maybe. Anyway, I'm just riffing here. Let's go to the rims shop now. I think rim 31 is what this car came with. These. Yeah, am I right? Because I'm just thinking I may stick with these. So look at these wheels. The reason I'm saying about sticking with them is I would go with these ones and have the black centers. I quite like that. And I know I said that I'm not a big fan of black rims because they mask the detail in the rim. You buy these beautiful rims and then you get them all black and it just takes away all the detail. But if you get something like this where you have an alloy outside and a black inside, it's not as bad. But I kind of like the rims. This one, for example, rim 2 or rim 22A. Now these, if we could chrome these, what's the difference here? These ones have got less. That's got 5 spoke. This has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much does that picture have? 5. Interesting, guys. This rim 21 is nice. So you've got the standard 22s and then you've got the A's, which I'm guessing is more of a chrome. I'd like to take one of the standard one and then just chrome it myself, because I don't know what the options are on this one. Maybe I can buy one of each. This one looks too busy for me. It's got too many spokes. It's kind of looking a bit busy. I'm going to scroll down, but I think 22 or 22A, I want to buy one of each and see what my paint options are. When I'm talking about paint, I'm talking about keeping it alloy, but I want a kind of metallic-y chrome effect on it as well. But, yeah, I think those wheels are going to suit it nice. Not a big fan of these kind of wheels. Whether you have a gold inner, it very much depends on what the final color of the car is going to be. A black car with gold rims will look incredible. A metallic black with these rims would look... Oh God, now I'm thinking about doing that. Putting these on. But you'll notice, right, that on here, the tire walls are pretty high. That's what it was like back in the day. They're only 18-inch rims. Oh God. Oh God. Should we take this car to the paint booth first and have a look? We're going to take it to the paint booth, guys. I just want to have a preview of the car in metallic black. I'm doing everything that I said I wasn't going to do. Oh, look at this car. Holy crumbs, it is beautiful in every way. There's that's close to the McLaren orange. It's in between here and here, really. McLaren orange, I would say. Oh, what a car. Let's go metallic. No, you see, that's too much. What did we have it on before? Was it gloss? No, we're not doing this. Yes, it looks amazing, but no. We can't do that to this car. Okay, that's gloss. So let me pick this, and then we'll run through the options here. Yes, see, that's the McLaren orange. Solid color. That is the McLaren orange, guys. But then I'd have to go with standard alloy wheels. I wouldn't go with black or anything on this. And this is the color that your normal GTR would look. But are we going to go with something a bit different? Now again, with black, I don't like to go with super black. You know, the absolute black. Just doesn't look right. So if we go with that, and then choose metallic. Is it metallic? Maybe I'm just not getting the benefit of it. Holy crap. Guys, this looks so good. The thing is, it just looks darker here. When you get this outside, it's going to look a bit brighter, so you've got to go a couple of stages down. Maybe even there. Okay, let's do it. We'll put those gold wheels on, right? Those rim 22s though would have looked absolutely. Don't. I just don't want to see it. No, don't show me these things. This is the color I did the Jaguar XJ220 and it looked beautiful. Oh, are you kidding me with this? No, let's go with this and we'll put the gold wheels on. I know you guys probably want reds and like a candy apple red kind of effect. Gold wheels would work with this color, by the way. They would. In case you're wondering what it looks like. It looks like a Ferrari now, though, so it doesn't work for me. I don't want it looking like a Ferrari. Just, I mean, can we get to choose the second color? Because that orange just doesn't do it for me. And we have liveries. I think maybe here. Hue. No, not really. Do we have liveries for this? Yeah, I thought so. Oh, these are official. That's an official livery. Fina. That's a real livery, guys. See, they had one on here. Yes, these are real, the Golf liveries. But no, this is for a private owner. He wants a black colour. The Golf. Oh my god, they've got all the proper ones on here. Well done, guys. Yeah, Davidoff. This is exactly. That's a typical F1 GTR livery. Then I'd have to Google the wheels and see what's going on. You see, now you're thinking, well, maybe the flat colour, maybe not so much. Maybe stick with a livery. I'm sticking with this, guys. Let's do it. Go with the gut. If it turns out to look not like I'd like it to, I've got the funds to be able to play around with it. All right, let's get it back to the. We can look at it outside. You see, it has to be black, but not black. It has to have a little grey to it, and I think it does. So let's move it back onto the lifter and order the wheels. Now, what I can do is compromise on the rims. Instead of buying these, I don't like the array here. We can go up to rim 22 and make gold ones. I'm going to buy one of each. I'm going to buy a front wheel of each one. So all I know is that we need an 18. Actually, it doesn't matter. The rims are neither front nor back. They're both 18. They don't have an offset, so we'll keep that as 0. So I'll buy one of those, and I'm going to buy one of these. Because I want to know my paint options, and if one's going to look different to the other. So, if we look at this one, and we go with metallic and choose something like this. I know it's an orange, but as it's metallic, I'd like to have it a little bit darker, can we? Come on. There you go, 85. Right, so that's 85 with metallic. That one. All right. So now if I pick the other wheel, which already has a metallic-y look to it. Aha. So same color. Oh, I see. It's got a black inner rim. Ooh. Me likey that one. Yeah. Maybe we don't have to go so dark. Again, remembering that even though we're in a bright room, it's going to look darker here, I think, than outside. Or is it going to be brighter here because of all the lights? I don't know. Let's go 90. So 90 metallic using color number 4. Has it kept the 90? No. Okay, let's order 3 more of these. Tires I'm not going to have with the writing on, just going to be standard tires, I think. Although it is the GTR version, so maybe we should put writing on. Do we put slick tires on? No, because then it wouldn't be allowed on the road legally. Okay, so we want 3 more of these. Okay, let's just make sure. Nice. Right, so if we whiz off to the paint shop, let's get them all painted. I don't think it's going to remember the brightness setting, but it might. We'll see. It will remember last color, which was that one. Oh, it looks like it might have. Has it? It has. I'm impressed. There were times when perhaps it maybe wouldn't have remembered those. I wonder if this is too orange. No, it's fine. Okay, so we hit previously used. Make sure it's 90 and go. I wasn't paying attention there, was I? I hope I'm doing the right thing, guys. I hope this car's going to look... It's a little bit of a nod to John Player Special, but that's a Lotus, really. But it's a little bit of a nod to that, black with the gold rims. Wasn't what I was going to go with initially. I was maybe thinking of the orange or a white or a yellow or something. So this really wasn't what I was going to go for. But I think the car's going to look cool regardless. So let's go and get some tires for it. So we need 2 front tires. So we go with these race ones. I'm trying to imagine the car with black body, gold rims, and writing on the tires. Is that going to be too much? Because obviously it might be too much. I know sensible people out there are thinking, try one of each. Thing is, the tires are not going to be 300 credits, because as soon as you go up to 18, and then as soon as you go to 225, actually they're not expensive. Profile is going to be 45. So 700 for a standard race tyre on the front, and then we'll do the same on the one with the writing on. I think I messed up on the first tyre. Yeah, I got 225. It's not going to matter. I got the wrong size. It doesn't matter. It's just for a test fitting. But if that is the one I go for, I'm going to have to scrap that tyre because it's too small. Too narrow. Now, unfortunately, it won't let me fit the tyre on the car until it's balanced. See? I don't know why that restriction is in place, but so we'll fit one with the writing, one without, and I'll make a decision. By the way, just looking at this, the answer is yes, the wheel works. But unfortunately, when we choose our brake discs, we don't get to choose larger sizes. You know, bigger, because this car would have much bigger brake discs than this. But then if they do that, they'd have to increase the size of the calipers and cylinders and everything. Alright, I think the gold color might be a tad dark than what I intended. It could just be the light, could just be the way the light works. Alright, so there it is without the writing. And there it is with. They both look good. I'm not going to lie. They both look really cool. That looks nice, understated, but don't test me on the road. Don't try and race me. You'll be gone. Unless you're in a Koenigsegg Agera or a Bugatti Veyron or a Bugatti Chiron. Okay, so that does look a bit more bling, doesn't it? Okay, let's get this one off. We'll go with the writing one then. Some of you will be saying, no, it's better without, but I know. I'm going to divide the room. So we'll get the tyre off. I'm going to sell the tyre anyway, it's the wrong size, this one. So if we go into our inventory, let's just get rid of this. Alright, so we need to buy 3 more tyres. Make sure that they are the correct sizes. And we want 18s. And we want the other front, which is a 255. This is what my car has on the rear. 255 18. But a bigger side profile here than on mine. More tyre wall on the McLaren than what is on mine at the moment. I have a 35 profile on my 255s and a 40 profile on my fronts, which are 225s. So when you have a car that has a different tyre width on the front to the rear, usually in most cases, unless you're probably drifting, I don't know, I don't know, but Yeah, usually the rear tires are wider. So when you have that scenario, you have what is called a staggered setup. Now, if your tire sizes and widths and profiles are the same on every wheel, it's called a square setup. So actually these are 315s on the backs, yeah. So this is a staggered setup because it is that. Now look at this. We're going with a different width, much wider, 315 millimeter, but the profile is staying the same. So what that means is the height of the tire wall here is 45% of this amount. So 45% of 315 millimeters is the height of this tire. But it was 45% on the 255s. What does that mean? That means we're not only having a wider tire, but the tire wall itself is higher because they haven't brought the ratio down on these back ones to compensate for the fact that they're wider. If you wanted to have the same tire wall height front to back, you'd have to go with a less profile, maybe a 35, to compensate for the fact that your width is higher. So 35% of 315 might be a closer number to what 45% of 255 is on the fronts, remember? Does that make sense? So if we're sticking to 255s, these tire walls are going to be higher. It just means but it could be that the rear wheel well can be filled out more. So yeah, let's see if we notice the difference. It's not going to be a big difference, but you know, it'll be there. The tire rims are all the same size. So having the tire rims, my God, the wheel rims are all the same size, but that doesn't mean that you have a square setup. In the real world, if you have wider rear tires, you'll have wider rear rims as well. In this game, you don't. The rims are the same, and they just accommodate whatever tire size is going on them. So when you buy the rims here, you don't specify, oh, I want a 315 millimeter rim. It doesn't work that way in this game. In reality, though, your rear rims would be wider than the fronts if the tires are wider than the fronts. You'd have a different, you'd have a different size. Oh, because there's already one on the car. Okay, duh. So let me know in the comments, guys, what you think of the car color and the rims and whatnot. What you think of the end result. We're going to put this thing on the dyno. We'll take it out for a test run, and then we'll come back and give it another wash, because after the test run it's going to need another wash just to keep it clean, because I think you lose money if you try and sell a dirty car. We'll test that. Let's stick a rear wheel on then. Have to make sure we're going for the right one. It is. It's a 315. Make sure it doesn't select the wrong one. So, if you look at the width of the wall here, you look at how big that tire wall is compared to the front. I'm hoping you can see that it is higher. But that's what the car's going to look like, guys. It's a little bit more blingy than I really wanted. I like the understated, but you know, I like the more understated look, more conservative approach. I don't mind a little bit of, you know, a little bit of show-offery on the car, you know, a spoiler maybe, or some nice wheels. But to go too bling, it's too much attention. I don't like the attention, really. I don't mind occasionally people coming up going, hey, that's a nice car, a lovely car you've got there, I like the wheels, blah blah blah. But just to have people gawping all the time, and it's like, oh, please leave me alone. It's like being followed by paparazzi. Right, what's the condition of this car? Everything is done. So what we'll do is we'll go and take it for its final tweaks, and then we'll stick it on the dyno. Oh, shall we get in, by the way? You want to sit in the car? Look at this thing. Mama. Yeah, this is... The standard McLaren would not have all of this exposed carbon fiber, and it wouldn't have that button box there with all that panel. It wouldn't have that. Are they breaker? Are they breakout? Like on the, on the plane, you got those fuses. Is that what that is? Yeah, could be. Makes it easy to change. Yeah, you wouldn't get this exposed carbon fiber. And in the standard GTR, not the standard GTR, in the standard McLaren F1, you have a seat on either side, so you can have a blonde and a brunette. Or whatever is your choice. Yeah. Man, this car is insanely good. And look at the doors. I mean, come on. Go on. All right, so let's get the headlights aligned. Oof, that's a bit off. See how it says aligned there? If we come, there's 1, 2, 3, and then off again. So I like to get to the tick and then just go up one, right in the middle. Perfect alignment. So you get to the tick and then go up one more, because if you go up another one, you're still in the green. So just to come down and you're right in the middle of that green zone. Perfect. Next is wheel alignment. He's probably going to be out a little bit. Oh, we have a perfect wheel alignment on the back there. How fast is this thing going to go? What's the dyno figures going to be? And can the gearbox stand the pressure? Can we start this thing? Can we give it a crank it over just to hear it? Oh yeah, I've got to put fluids in yet. I think we should do that right now. In fact, we can do it here. No, we don't even have to remove the clamshell, as long as we can pick up some mechanical. There. So let's put the... Oh, accessible from the engine bay. Damn. You're not going to make me take off all these bits, surely. Oh, you bugger. I'm in the engine bay. Oh, engine bay. Seriously, man. You're killing me. It's so finicky, I don't know why it needs to be, but it is. Okay. So what we have to do is we go back here and we get to the engine bay, and now we can access it from here. I know. No, it's not. What the hell? Right. Let's pop it up. There's no need for this. We can fill the fluids Alright, we're in the engine bay. I mean, it's just silly. And I still didn't come across any power steering. Maybe it doesn't have power steering. It is a car from the 80s. Maybe it doesn't have power steering. I don't know. For that maximum proper feeling of what the wheels are doing on the road. Okay, now we need to do the oil. So normally there would be windshield, and then we'd need a coolant as well. But did we fit a coolant? Yeah, we did. So we've got the coolant. This one's going to the top. And finally, oil. It's probably going to be in some obscure place. Not really. So this is the way I time it. The moment the canister dips down, I count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think my counting was a little bit off because I was talking, but let's have a look. Perfect. A little bit over the max, but yeah, it's on there. Okay. Take it to the dyno. We're going to hear this car start up anyway, but listen to how high the idle is. I don't think this gearbox is going to hold out, but we shall see. That horsepower is probably going to hit, I don't know, 680 or 700, and then the torque I'm expecting in the 800s. Oh my god. I've created a monster! Oh, it's topping out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You see, now if I'd gone with maximum performance parts, I would have hit 1,000 horsepower. I would have hit 1,000. What can I add to give me that extra 5? The engine heads, but that means stripping the engine, the top of the engine down. And it's all those caps that have to come off. Crankshaft, I don't know. Cam gears. I could have got 1,000 horsepower there. Next time I get one of these, I'm going to do it. I'm going to top it out to 1,000. The Newton meters of torque, it was already insane at 737, but 1,152 Newton meters is just stupid. There's no way this gearbox puts up with this. We get into 6th gear, I would imagine, 6th gear, and it'll hit the rev limiter before this car's even ready to run out of speed. So the question now is, how much is this car worth? And when it's been out on a run, does the price come down because the car is dirty and then go back up again after you've washed it? Let's take a look at the final price, guys, or at least the price as it stands. I knew it. I knew it was going to be around that 14, because I've seen them for 14 million already in the game. I started with 1.8 million in the bank, and I bought the car for 660,000. The car's going to sell for 15 million, and I'm going to make a profit of 14.5. Once I've finished and sold this car, and I believe I already have a buyer for it, once I have sold this car, I can retire, or I could buy another one. I could get all my walls done in the garage. Anyway, guys, let's take it out for a run, because I know you want to see it on the speed track. I can't run it on the racetrack because I've got no control over it. The car physics are just insanely bad, really. What do you guys think? Leave a comment, please, and let me know what you guys think of this thing. I didn't even go full monster mode on the engine. I could have fitted, like, the engine heads would have given me that, easily would have given me that 1,000 horsepower. Without question, I would have had that 1,000. No problem at all. Do you know how insane this car is? And it's built in the 1980s. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, too much. It's wheel spinning through every gear. No, I can't. I can't control it. It's too much. That was just stupid. That was just stupid. I had no control over it. It was wheel spinning through every gear, and when it wheels, what was it, from 3rd to 4th or from 4th to 5th? It was just so much power, so much torque. It just spun the car out. This is stupid, guys. It's too much. This is silly. It's silly. It's uncontrollable. I'm just going to have to be very easy on the throttle until we get to top gear. There is a way around it. We can fit a custom gearbox that will allow us to space out the ratio so it's maybe not going to spin so much. Let's see. Yeah, no way, look. No way. No way, guys. At all. This gearbox is useless. Absolutely useless. And it's only hitting 370 kilometers per hour, which in this car it's just... So... we'll have to take the gearbox out, guys, and fit a custom one in. It's the only option. And then we're going to have to play with the ratios. It can't take the power. The engine is too much for this gearbox. So we're going to fit a 6-speed or a 7-speed box, I think, in here. And maybe go for a 7-speed or something. That way we can divide the ratios up. We could go for 6, just, you know. But if we go, yeah, maybe. Trying to think about seven different ratios. If you take a cake and divide it up into 7, and you've got like every slice is a gear. So slice 1 will be gear 1, slice 2 will be gear 2, and etc. etc. The more it changes, the less. I don't know if is it better to go with less? Perhaps. Maybe 6-speed might be better than 7. In terms of outright, just yeah, because we could set the ratios to whatever we want really. So we have a V12 Gearbox B V12. So let's go into the tuning shop. Just in case, I'm going to buy a performance air filter. I'm not saying that's going to give us 5 horsepower. I think it's just standard air filter, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's an extra 1%. 1% of what? 1% over the original. I wonder if I can take off these serpentine belts. And I think, is that a performance alternator? No. Can we access this belt from here? Yeah, we can. Just because I only need to take off a couple of parts. I'm not saying it's going to give us what we want, but you know. Now then, we actually see, yeah, I'm not going to change the engine heads. It's too much work. I could, obviously I could. And it gives us, right, what are we looking at here? 8%, 7%, 8%, 7% extra performance on each, because there's an A and a B. So 14, that would take us over the 1,000. Maybe the alternator and the air filter does. It's going to get us closer. Maybe, or just be exactly the same. Right, so we need a gearbox. I'm in the wrong shop. So we've got this one. All this is for is just to give us, plus you get 1% extra performance. But what it does give us is the ability to spread out the ratios. Just change the ratios of each gear, which is exactly what we're after. I should have taken the old air filter off before coming here, but it is what it is. Okay. So let's get the alternator back on. Do this part. We'll put it on the dyno again and give it another test. Yeah, I know. You're thinking, it's already uncontrollable. Why are you adding more power? Because I am that way inclined. Yeah. I want to hit that 1,000. Oh, it's obvious. I want to hit the 1,000. Now, the reason I did this video was because I knew I was going to make some good money from this. And the fact that I really, really wanted to do this car. And by God, are we making money on it. I don't have to worry. Again, I could just go out and buy 10 cars from an auction now and just have them piled up there, ready to work on. I can do whatever I want. My money worries are over. And now I've got much more buying power in terms of going to buy another one of these. I could buy one that's in a better condition. Maybe even one that's, you know, almost at the point where I can just do a couple of repairs, a couple of tweaks, and then, you know, sell it on. When did the bumper come out? That must have been an accident. I don't think I ever needed to take that off. Yeah, it would help if we added the starter motor, eh? Oh yeah, I did take that off. Okay, don't need to. Okay, now as for the gearbox, if I ever get another McLaren in and I want to keep it stock, I can afford to keep that gearbox, guys. I've got so much money, or I will have. If this hits 999 on the dyno, it will kill me inside. and I'm gonna have to do something about it. But you can still tell people, can't you? That's what you would do. You would say, yeah, it's 1,000. Just now that we've had the wheels off and on, I just want to have a look and see if we need to do another alignment. No, we don't. Okay. I was just curious, really curious. So move. How many of you are wanting me to put one of those racing liveries on the car? I'm going to keep it as it is, guys. Because then the racing livery may not suit the wheels. So we definitely want to add another gear. And it's easy to just put this to something like 450. But we need to space this out, I think. It's going to hit 105 kilometers and then change gear. Maybe space this out a bit more. So you have to space it out as well in a way where it's still accelerating towards the end of the run. The hell's all this? I have no idea what that is. One, two, three, four. Oh, these different presets you can have? What the hell? No, they're not. Okay. I don't know what they are then. Alright, so let's add another gear. So you can see this is adding 80 kilometers before it. We've got 105 there. Two, three, four, 5, 6. 600 kilometers per hour. I think this will do around. Let's see if we can get it to 480. Which is crazy, I admit. But if we can push this to 380 and this to 290, 220. This is just a test. I have no idea if this is going to work. Because it might hit 480 kilometers per hour and then just be hitting the rev limiter again, in which case we're going to have to go and space the ratios out even more so that we can get more speed out of it. We won't know until we do the test run. So we've added alternator and air filter. Yes! Yes, we did it! 63% more horsepower, 60% more torque, 1,000 horsepower. We did it. We did it just by changing the alternator and the air filter. We added 23 horsepower. Yeah, that's crazy. That's insanity, guys. All right, let's try and control this thing. I'm just going to put my foot down and see what happens. Because the ratios are essentially the same as what they were, so I'm expecting the car to just spin out. But if I blip the throttle, what I'm doing is I'm mashing the key, boom, 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 off and on, so that it's not putting the power down the whole time. But I think we're going to wheel spin through all the gears. Yeah, going from third to fourth is just insane. Going from third to fourth just loses it. So I'm just going to put my foot down when we get from third to fourth. It wanted to twitch going into third. When we get to third to fourth, I'll ease up on the throttle. Nope, that didn't work. Do I have control with my Xbox controller? I do. Okay, I'm going to use my Xbox controller, because that way I may be able to just do it more analog. Alright, full throttle now. No, it's topping out. 500 and I can't stop. This car it's just going to go stupidly quick. It's already way beyond that of a Formula One car in terms of straight line speed. It's already beating the Koenigsegg Agera and everything else before it. It's stupid. It's stupid. This is probably the fastest car I've ever built, and it's insane. Clinically insane. Okay, so I think I'm not expecting too much by saying 650 kilometers per hour. I just want to have a look at my calculator here. So 650 divided by 1.6, 400 miles an hour. That will kill the Bugatti Chiron Supersport. So what 6th gear was making, let's say, I don't know if we can ratio it out this much. Maybe. Let's go there. Let's go there. This final ratio, though, we can maybe tweak that. If these ratios in between the gears are fine, we can look maybe, whoops, didn't want to do that one. So 100, 230, it's quite a step actually. Let's go down to 83, and then get this down about there. Now, if it still maxes out, I'm gonna, if the changing of the gears is nice, then what we'll do is, because I've got no curve here either. But if this is nice, we'll just mess with the final ratio, because as you can see, we can make ourselves go to silly speeds. Is this car going to hit 400 miles an hour? Really? That's a bit too much. We may need to have to add a 7th gear, in fact, just to spread those ratios out nicer. Okay. This is stupid. It just is. It's a silly car. It's silly. Keeping it stock was enough. The car was well quick enough. Stock. What I've done to it is just I created a monster, quite literally. Oops. Okay. Couple of things then. The car veered off the track because I did that. That was my steering. Secondly, there's an issue between 3rd and 4th, and I did keep that was with my foot to the floor the entire way. It didn't spin out. So I'm just going to take it easy now. We have to adjust the ratios here. Okay, now it's good. Oh God, no. It wants more. We're in space. We're going to Jupiter. I've never been this far off the map. Look at this top speed. That's ridiculous. Top speed. Top speed, guys. We broke the game. We broke it. Let's try returning to garage because it won't. I can't restart it on the track. It'll go more. That's no. There's not the road literally isn't long enough. What is going on? What is going on? All this in 6 gears. Look at the gap here. It's stupid. We need to smooth this out. God, I wish I had a graph, a curve graph, so I could have a look and see what's happening here. I'm just having a look at literally the gap between the number gap here. Might as well go into the 80 there then. And instead of going from 380 to 480, we've now got 130 gap there, then 200 gap there. If we make this, say there, this is silly. it runs out of road. Okay, I think final run. I can't believe what this car goes for. What the hell was that number at the top of that screen? Anyway. Are you guys ready? I'm just going to ease it in over the first 3 gears, and then I'll put my foot down. No! 780. And it stayed on the track. And it's not black, is it? Look. Or has it just got really dirty now? Yeah, it's really not black. It's lighter than I wanted. Well, for those of you guys out there who live in non-metric world, 780 kilometers is 487 miles an hour, the fastest car in the world. So, of course, we need slick tires. These are just on road legal tires. Now, we're going to return to the garage. The car looks so brown. Is it just because of the dust? I hope so. Yeah, I think so. We're going to find out. So, if we take a look now at the value. Look, the cell value is not 15 anymore. So 14024. Okay, let's wash it. See, look, it was filthy. Now it's back to black. Now tell me the price, boy. Oh, it's come down. It was 15 million before, the cell value. Maybe because it's less usable as a car. Now it's only worth 14.6. Damn, I nearly dipped under the 14 million profit. So I've actually devalued the car by what? Adding a custom gearbox? Adding a more expensive part has devalued the car? What? Something to consider when you're performance upping a car is that you can get to a point where it will devalue. Suffice to say, this is by a country mile the fastest car I have ever built and probably will ever build, unless I go full insane, put every performance part on the engine. This is insane. This is just stupid beast mode car. Absolutely nuts. And yeah, silly. Bear with me, guys, just messing around here. This this is silly. I have to sell it though because I want the money. That was the whole point. I could keep it. It was heart-wrenching to get rid of my Mazda RX-3, my little 1970s Mazda RX-3. But this, look what it came from. It was scrap, absolute scrap, and we turned it into the most fearsome, fastest, uncontrollable Widowmaker that currently drives on the road. 487.5 miles per hour. And that's only because we ran out of road. Guys, we have to sell it. Why is the condition down? Do you know what? Before we do. Because I've been sat in the seat and I probably messed the seat up with that speed. No, it hasn't changed the value. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna hate to do this, but I'll be able to afford another one, like the Le Mans version or the long tail. Say goodbye to her, guys. She's going. Let's get her outside the garage. We'll pretend the buyer's going to come to see it. And just pay me 14 million. Just to be sure that everything here now is 100. No discrepancies, nothing's gone down since the crash. It is a full 100% working car with stupid power, really. Stupid torque, 61% tuning. Insane. Not even, it's barely drivable, really. But she has to go. 3, 2, 1. No, she's gone, guys. I'm gonna go inside my garage and sulk. I've made a lot of money, but that car someone's gonna kill themselves in that thing. But it's out of my hands now and not my responsibility. Until the next time, bye bye for now.